And most importantly, do you guys want me to talk about farting more? I'm kind of hoping that you say yes. What's up, everybody? I am Finn McKenty. This is the Punk Rock MBA, and today we are talking about memes. Or as some people call them, MEMES or MEMES. And by the way, when I hear people say that, I'm never sure whether they're joking or not, so I'm not sure if I should laugh or should I just ignore it. Like when you're hanging out with a girl and you hear her fart. But she doesn't know that you heard, so you just kind of pretend like it didn't happen. But you can also kind of tell that she knows that you know, but you just kind of play it off and act like nothing happened. And then eventually the awkward moment is over and everybody feels better. But anyway, this video is not about farts, it's about memes. Specifically about rock and metal memes, which at this point have been around long enough to have evolved from their initial primitive form to the highly evolved, efficient apex predators that we know today. So if that's your jam, stay tuned as we take a look at the history of rock and metal memes. But first, please subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't so you get all my videos. And also, I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. You guys know that I'm a huge believer in self-improvement and self-education and building the skills that you need to bring your ideas to life, and Skillshare is a great way to do exactly that. But what a lot of you may not know is that I've actually worked in online education as my day job for the last 7 years, and I sincerely believe in Skillshare. This stuff can and will change your life if you actually put in the work. There's tons of content to explore, real projects to create, and also, very importantly, the support of fellow creatives. And I could go on forever about all the great classes they have, but just a few that I personally suggest are Gary Vaynerchuk's social media class. Honestly, I don't think that I would be here doing what I am now without some of the things that I've learned from him about social media. Also, Rand Fishkin's Introduction to SEO. He's kind of like the Tony Hawk of SEO and just generally an incredibly insightful guy. And also Jessica Hish's hand lettering for designers. She's one of the absolute best in the game at hand lettering, and I love learning from her. Skillshare is also incredibly affordable. If you get an annual subscription, it actually works out to less than $10 a month. And the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Let's start in the first era, what I like to call the impact font years. And remember this format, the demotivator poster, deathcore, and the subtitle is gay ass breakdowns plus emo fringes plus horrible vocals equals serious fucking business. The punchline of a lot of memes from this era is, they're gay.
That's the joke.
Wake up and create a purpose for yourself. Austin Robert Carlile. I really like how they used his middle name here to sort of give it that extra bit of legitimacy, like he's some famous author. Okay, this quarter we're going to be diving into the works of Austin Robert Carlile. Pretty far cry from what Austin Carlile is talking about these days, which seems to be anti-vax memes. Music is like candy, throw away the rappers. Rap more like crap, am I right? I hate rap. Metal music then. Long, shaggy, kick-ass hair, yelling, not screaming, meaningful and powerful lyrics, don't fuck with me appearance and attitude, talented, got so much pussy, manly as fuck, had some muscle. And then over here we've got someone who is probably supposed to be Ollie Sykes. What the fuck are you saying? Overly straight hair, gay/bisexual, enjoys the cock, shit music, it looks like a chick, angsty emo behavior, scream, 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 and his shirt says, I am a Again, the punchline here is, he's a homosexual.
Maybe you all are homosexuals too.
My boys are better than yours. Looks like we've got Andy Biersack, Ollie Sykes, Chris Motionless, Kellen Quinn. But what I really like here is that they use the font from like the frozen fajitas that you would buy at Safeway in a bag. They're not just band members, they are my family. This is an example of a parasocial relationship gone too far, in my opinion. In all seriousness, it's not healthy to think of a stranger this way, because no matter how well you think you know somebody on the internet or through their music or whatever, you don't know them. You only know the version of themselves that they express in public. And I think it was kind of fucked up that so many of these bands kind of let their fans take things in that direction. This one did not age well. Here's to the kids that have chosen to be raised by band members. How to ruin someone's night starter pack with the camo Fidel hat, the camo shorts, the Adidas Sambas, and the Bulldoze shirt. Well, what can I say? This is accurate. That is definitely the kind of person who might ruin your night.
You coward!
Metalheads, we do all the same things as everybody else, only better. Is this what these people actually see when they look in the mirror? Like, or is this a weird power fantasy because when they look in the mirror, they see the exact opposite of that? I don't know, but either way, it's honestly kind of sad. Here's my tabs. Oh. Because playing open strings is bad unless you're in Meshuggah, in which case it's musically brilliant, right? And then there's the whole subgenre of like super sexist memes, basically like calling girls posers. When a girl says Sleeping with Sirens, Pierce the Veil, and Black Veil Brides is metal. For one, who gives a shit? Two, did that ever happen? Like, has anybody ever called Sleeping with Sirens metal? When a girl says she likes deathcore, what you hope for, Infant Annihilator. What it's really like, Bring Me the Horizon. Well, this meme's probably 10 years old, but one thing has not changed. Uptight deathcore nerds still worship Infant Annihilator. Posers, go home and take some selfies. Girls like taking selfies, and taking selfies is bad and not metal. Because, why is that bad? And remember when Justin Bieber was public enemy #1? This is the one thing that united metal elitists and emo kids, the hatred of Justin Bieber. Screaming isn't music, neither is whining, Justin. Burn! Before Justin Bieber, after Minor Threat. It takes the shit right out of your shirt. But if you did that, wouldn't you just be left with the letter R? Oh, I get it. Justin Bieber is shit. Ho 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 ho. Which brings us to the second era of memes, what I think of as like the awkward teenage years. At this point, we're starting to figure things out a little bit, starting to get some decent memes, some of which still kind of hold up. I wouldn't say that the memes of this era are great, but we're starting to get there. And a prime piece of meme content right here, the early 2000s Pop Punk Kids starter pack, which I've shared many times. Now here's a deep cut. If you remember this one, you are an OG. It's not because you're an adult that you can't listen to the pop punk, like if you're agree. I am not sad anymore. I sing in Wonder Year. These memes are almost 10 years old, but I would say they still hold up with the best stuff from today. Nice work, Cyril. Sadly, there were still quite a few memes, which basically boiled down to some metal elitist saying, you are a homosexual. Just get the fuck out of here. You don't even have any sense of keeping the scream in sync with the tune, unlike heavy metal. Stop promoting your emo core music within the metal territory already. What exactly is the metal territory? But stay the fuck out of our genre. I'm done with you pretending to be metal and destroying the essence of what true metal music is supposed to be. And he's pointing angrily at this poser in a Pierce the Veil shirt who's just kind of like, okay. Literally nobody has ever referred to Pierce the Veil as metal, but all right. I'm not sad anymore is sad. Is that like the pop punk equivalent of people saying like, I'm not racist, I'm just saying, followed by a racist statement? And speaking of which, this is also when we started to see pop punk memes emerge as a genre. Before that, I would say it was pretty much either metal elitists or cringy emo kids. The pop punk kids came along and I think really elevated the meme game. I must respect the space you have, but you tread in my lands. Definitely better than a meme where the joke is, if you like deathcore, you're a homosexual. Doge memes. Ugh. Very neck, much deep. I remember the band Such Gold actually made Doge merch. Average pop punk fan starter pack. Tie-dye, front bottoms, Thrasher shirt, weed socks. What can I say? Take me back to 2014. The sad boy pop punk era will always be near and dear to my heart. The Amir tab is XD, like if you get the funny joke. Here's a very confusing one. Death metal says, fuck censorship. Black metal says, fuck the churches. Thrash metal says, fuck society. Pussies say, I think we should deplatform bands whose views I disagree with. Black metal is racist because metal sucks said so. So I guess this is them trying to make fun of SJWs ruining metal or whatever. But their SJW in this comic is wearing a 5-finger death punch shirt and a hymn hat. I'm confused. I have questions. I like hardcore and pop punk starter pack. Short khaki shorts, pizza, stretched ears, Expire hoodie, Backtrack, Real Friends, and Camo Supreme 5-panel. What can I say? I miss it. Let's make it 2014 again. It's time for a revival. Metal in Europe. Some ripped guy in an Amon Amarth shirt at the top of this mountain, which he clearly got to by being great at guitar because that's what everybody thinks is the most important, coolest thing in the world. In Europe. Meanwhile, metal in the United States, some guy with swoopy hair and stretched ears and a Between the Buried and Me shirt says, metal is too complicated for you to understand. Can any Europeans confirm that this is true? If you wear an Amon Amarth shirt, women will throw themselves at your feet? You guys need to level up your memery. So far, I would say that as far as memeing skills go, pop punk kids take the cake.
Here's what your favorite pop punk band says about you. Wear nothing but oversized t-shirts.
Which brings us to the fourth era, the modern meme era. To me, the defining characteristic of a modern meme, and of this era in general, is that this is where memes became post-ironic. True postmodernism. Like, is it a joke? Is it sincere? And does it even matter? Does anything mean anything these days? What is the truth? You know what, man? I don't know. I just want to listen to the story so far and look at anomalocaris memes. How your notifications look after making fun of black metal. The corpse paint guy, the anime guy, the fedora sir guy, the record collector guy, and of course, the Nazi guy. And I will confirm from lots and lots and lots of personal experience exactly how accurate this meme is. I'm also a big fan of this genre of meme, especially because in this case, it's just true. Another characteristic of memes in this period, I think, is really maximizing the life of good templates. Like, I feel like in 2017 or 18 or whatever, like, memes would last a week and then they'd be gone. Like, you remember the yellow blue dress thing that was literally here and gone in like 3 days? But now when we find a good meme, we stick with it. For example, the Virgin and Chad one. The Virgin hardcore music fan versus the Chad casual music enjoyer. Wastes hours upon hours of his day listening to the same 5 albums he listened to yesterday. Insert mainstream genre, hasn't been good since the 90s. Why am I depressed? Why won't she respond to my text? Versus the Chad casual music enjoyer. The best rap songs of 2020. Listens to music for 20 minutes before doing Chad shit like sex. Searches rap music on YouTube, only listens to the first 5 results. And here's a very advanced, post-ironic variation on this template. The Virgin band you like, false opinion, versus the Chad band I like, correct opinion. Big muscle, fans have the sex, big pee-pee. Or this format, you've seen a lot of variations on this. Counterparts lyrics versus counterparts on Twitter. I would like to reverse those. I want to see Brendan write a comedy album and then be super serious on Twitter.
Seriously, who's gonna say, yeah, Misery Signal's original lineup, I'm not into that, but counterparts? Hot damn.
No one would ever say that.
I almost feel like dunking on elitists is the new being an elitist. So if you're dunking on people who dunk on elitists, what does that make you? You see how complicated this new postmodern world is? Suicide Silence and Attila suck. Rings of Saturn is not deathcore, it's aliencore. Oceano, please, Infinite Annihilator. Metalcore is gay. It is truly sad how deathcore has become such a home of like uptight, crabby elitists with no sense of humor. This is kind of an old school meme, disinfect your surroundings. You know, impact font template, not a very good joke. But I have to give props to A Day to Remember for being smart enough to capitalize on this and make an official disinfect your surroundings shirt. Very smart.
Disrespect your surroundings!
When the breakdown is so heavy you headbang yourself into a donut. What is the meaning of this original painting? Does anybody know? I took a lot of art history classes and we never went over this. I feel like I was lied to by my professors. Another great template that never goes out of style, having too many genres, porn, metal. There's maybe another version of this. It could be like porn, metal, and then porno grind. And we can't miss the opportunity to roast one of my favorite current archetypes, the late Tunney's friend, just getting into hockey starter pack. I think if we get a couple solid rookies, we might actually be able to make it to postseason next year. I always think it's funny when people refer to the team as we. Yeah, I'm sure Russell Wilson's really glad to have you on the team, buddy. The beard, and of course, every time I die. The Twitter screen cap might be the most versatile meme format of all time. I mean, what else do you really need other than this photo of Metallica with the caption, when did Metallica start dressing like 40-year-old youth pastors? James Hetfield looks like the kind of guy that would try to impress you by telling you that he knows somebody from Skillet. My husband is dead. I don't want to remarry. I only want to release raw black metal demos on Bandcamp and howl at the blood-drenched moon whilst cloaked in obsidian night. Click here. Are they making fun of black metal? Are they a black metal fan? Does anything mean anything?
We're just here for the memes.
Defend pop punk with George Costanza in an Odd Future hoodie and a Supreme snapback. Is this what the hat haters see when they look at me? And the starter pack template is the gift that keeps on giving and never gets old. I listened to ska from 2004 starter pack. Wears exclusively this. These hats, I think they're called scally hats, like do not ever wear these. They will instantly make you look 25 years older no matter how old you are. You could be 15, you put it on and you're gonna look 40. Man, seeing Streetlight Manifesto in college was a legendary experience, says Epic unironically. The hairline. And if you're young with a full head of hair and you can have a laugh at our expense, by all means go for it. But trust me, Father Time comes for us all. One day it will be your turn to tug at your collar and feel uncomfortable when you see these memes, just like I do. The Virgin Progressive Metal Anthology. Plays music to his friends, gets awkward stares because they don't get it. Plays dated RPGs like Gothic and Morrowind. Not a single swear word in entire discography. Poetic lyrics about death, life, and love only for pussy virgins. Versus the Chad nu metal one-hit wonder. Plays Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. Formed in 1997, made a hit single 2 years later. Embraces the simpler things in life, like one-finger guitar riffs and drop B and pop choruses. Chadley lyrics about fucking Stacy's and hating your parents because they gave you Crash Bandicoot 3 instead of Carmageddon Ultra Gore Edition. Only one album released in 1999 with one hit song and 11 other trash filler tracks, but it sold double platinum simply because of the one song. Is this person a nu metal fan? Are they a progressive metal fan? Is there even such a thing as good or bad? Or are we all just specks of dust, adrift in this void, laughing at memes to distract ourselves from the inevitability of death? Like I said before, I don't know, I just want to look at anomalocaris memes. Alright my friends, that does it for this video about the evolution of rock and metal memes. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what your favorite rock and metal memes were, and if we will ever see the return of rage comics about Justin Bieber. And most importantly, do you guys want me to talk about farting more? I'm kind of hoping that you say yes. Before I let you go, two things. Number one, if you haven't checked out the Punk Rock NBA podcast yet, I would love it if you would. There's a new episode every week where I sit down with cool people doing cool things. Periphery, Anthony Fantano, Sarah Dici, Lil Xan, and tons more. There's a link to that in the description. And also, I want to thank everybody who supports us on Patreon, especially those of you who support at the True Cult level or above. It is because of your support that we're able to do the podcast at all, so I'm very grateful for that. Patrons get every podcast a week early. There's a way to have me review your music or video or artwork or anything else you would like to get my eyes on. There's a members-only private Discord server that I'm in all the time. I started doing patron-only Q&As. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, you can hit that link in the description as well. And with that, I'm going to sign off for now, but I will see you next time.